All right, you don't need $1 million and 1,000 square feet to make a home studio. You can do it just like this on your driveway in front of your garage, and behind you is a car and a light, and that's all you need. And I've talked about this before in my lighting video, but let's take a little bit closer dive into what you need to create an awesome home studio. Here we go. Okay, first and foremost, you need a light source, and that light source can come from a light here, a light in my house, in my garage, or the sun, right? Today happens to be a pretty stormy day, but luckily the storm has ceased. The clouds are still kind of like fuzzy out there, fuzzy. It's overcast, you know what I mean. And the sun is peeking right through. And so it allows this nice diffuse lighting to go right in my face. If I were to change anything, I would get a whiteboard right here so I could bounce some light back into my eyes so I don't get too many shadows. But you know, we're working with what we got. And I'm not shooting for like Netflix, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And even Netflix doesn't have perfect lighting. So don't worry about it, guys. Just do what you can, right? And so there's 3 things you need. 1, you need a great light source. 2, you need a background. And 3, you need the equipment, okay? Once you have that, you're pretty much good to go. So let's take some scenarios and we'll kind of break them down. Let's say you're at home and you have a home office. Your garage is a mess, you can't use it, okay? In a home office, the first thing you wanna do is find a simple wall that you can be at, all right? And you wanna be at least 10 feet away from this wall. Now, this is kind of why, all right? As you can see, I'm, I don't know, 3 feet from my car, but the mirror of my car is probably about, I don't know, 11 feet away. But as I get closer to the camera, you'll realize that I stay really well in focus and everything is just blurred out. It can be like the dirtiest, well, I can't even see, like the dirtiest garage around me or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like I'm in plain view, even though now I'm blown out because it's way too bright out here. So that's why I've been chilling right here, where it's like a little darker. But that is gonna play a huge role from things not looking super flat and super boring. The last thing you want is to shoot a video and your whole background is just like, you know when you jump in those Zoom calls and like, they're like just, there's a white wall behind them and they're like, hi, I'm John. And you're like, dude, is some mugshot? Like what's happening over there? It's dreadful, right? You wanna provide some depth in those things and that's what's really gonna help you stand out from everything else. Then obviously you want a little light over here. My light just died. Actually, so I should have charged it last night. I didn't. It was at 30%. This is gonna happen eventually, and it happened. So you wanna have a light that just kind of makes you stick out a little bit more rather than just having one single light on you, something that gives you on the background. I have a little blue light that's just running there, so you might see like some flashes of it, just create some dynamicness of it. You can find any strip lights or like little bulbs, Philip Hue lights, Govee lights, just put them up in your office and have them kind of humming and doing things. Don't make them go super crazy, just make them have like kind of like that passive glow that's gonna give you exactly what you want. We'll do a breakdown. If you really want to do an awesome studio with awesome lighting and really cool intricate setup, just reach out to me personally and we can get some consulting done on building out your perfect home studio. Okay, so this is what you're gonna do if you are just at home in your office. You're gonna have your tripod, you're gonna have your phone or your camera, whatever it may be. You wanna go ahead and put your phone on cinematic mode. If you have an iPhone, if you have an Android, I believe there's some equivalent of that, something that gives you kind of like that depth. You're gonna go ahead and you're actually gonna get as close as possible to your phone while being as far away from the camera. Now, I'm using a professional camera, so I have this lens that really compresses everything. We'll talk more about lenses later and the choice on those. It's like, but if you have your phone, the best thing is just to get as close as possible because it's gonna give you awesome depth. And obviously this is way too close, but it's gonna allow you the opportunity to have just you front and center. And here's the thing, actually too close. Because in reality, I wanna make this into a short. So I would be right here where I can cut out these edges, these thirds, and I can just be perfectly in the middle for that video if I wanted to ever switch it to vertical, right? Don't like sacrifice your video because you wanna get closer to the camera. You wanna make sure you're still framed up right in the middle. It's gonna be like the best thing possible for you. And yeah, like I could be right here. And that's like solid, that's like perfect to me, right? Because like I know I can shoot, everything's like blurry in the background. I don't have to worry about much of it, about how dirty or messy it is. Obviously you wanna make it look nice. I would have added some pops of color, probably in my car. Like what I would have done is getting like some little lights, shoved it in there and let it shoot up. So you're like, whoa, why is the inside of his car blue? And that would have been a game changer. You know what, maybe I'll do that right now, watch. It's gonna focus on the car Let's see if I have the ability to do it with what I have here in the studio. Yeah, I think I can. Probably need the keys to my car. So go and grab your keys. Look, this is how I make a video, guys. And yeah, it's not the best. And you know, my editors may clean it up a bit in a second, but this is the raw. This is the nitty gritty. Walk in my office, open a drawer. I go, yeah, that should work. Plug it in. Ooh, nice and bright. Battery, 80%. What are we thinking? Blue light? Kind of goes with my theme. Yeah, blue light's pretty good. All right, come over here. It may not even show, but it's worth an effort. Got my phone, so that way I can unlock my car. Oh, I lied. There we go. All right, I'll do a little something like that maybe. Yeah, I don't know how that looks, but then I go like this, and then I just go to lights, and I'll just do my parking lights on. Let's see, you can kind of see the blue. It's like not the brightest, but I do have my parking lights on now, so it looks bright from here. Let's see, what if I like put it right here? Now we're cooking. Now we're maybe cooking with something. Let's see. Oh, we're cooking a little bit. There's a little something going on there. A little something going on. Either way, it is what it is, and we tried. But either way, there you go. So now I got two little headlights coming out here. Technically this light should be on, but it's dead. And then I have my battery powered one, adding hopefully like a little blue hue. If it doesn't show, well, it doesn't show, but you try, right? You try something different. That's really how you want to experiment. You want to just take the equipment you have and just throw it. Throw it wherever you feel would be a good vibe. Hide it behind a book, hide it behind a bookshelf, hide it behind like a trash can, make it go from the ground up, make it go from the top down. And eventually what's gonna happen is you're gonna see in your video like, whoa, I really like this more than other things. Like for example, I love shooting right at like sunset-ish because the way the sun positions itself is like, looks perfect. And then I shoot diagonally into my garage because I have 4 lights that can like do crazy stuff. The issue is we did like winter Christmas cleaning. And so it's an absolute mess. And so I had to pivot, and this is my pivot in front of my car that's in the garage because I didn't want to park it in the driveway. So either way, yeah. Have fun with it, set it up. Obviously with part of the course, feel free to send in the photo of your studio. Feel free to send in a snapshot of the videos you're taking, and then I will just give you a quick little feedback on what you need to do or what things you can do with working with what you have, and then we can go from there. So if you guys have any questions, leave them below or up or to the right or left. I don't really know where they go, but you can leave any comments or questions and then I'll be happy to answer them. So see you guys.